Hey everybody, I am the judge from Notify Proxies, and I am here to talk to you about the state of Notify Proxies 2020 and beyond. Let's jump right into it. Current success, it's on a big old upward, exponentially upward trajectory right now. All of our products are working exactly how we want them to on the sites that we want them to work on. Residential, with the recent upgrades, it's just been crushing it. It's a shame that Foot had to enact this gift system where residential proxies efficacy is demeaned a little bit on those sites. But the fact of the matter is that there's nothing that we can do about that, and we're holding up our end of the bargain. They've been crushing it everywhere else. DC proxies, from OG DCs to Guillotines to the new addition of Footcenters, everything is working. I want to point out and give credit to our users for the morale in our Discord, man. I check out other proxy providers' Discords around drop time, and morale is low. People are miserable. I'm so happy that our users are happy and that it shows around drop time with the success flooding in and people happy in our chat. The demand for products is through the roof since this recent uptick in success, and that success is quantifiable. We have seen, we've counted it, man, we've counted it. We're getting more success than companies that are twice our size, more success with half the users because we're different. And this is what makes us different. This hardware and software infrastructure that we've expanded recently has made a huge, huge, huge difference. Distributed data tracking and blended upstream residential providers, these two bullet points kind of go hand in hand. What distributed data tracking means is that every request that you make from a residential proxy can go to multiple different points that we have control of, different servers. So what this means is we can track really granular level data down to the single byte. We're the only provider, as far as I know, on the market that does our own tracking. We don't outsource any of it. And what that enables us to do is blend upstream residential providers. We have, we don't have to use only one. We can use all of them. We can combine Smart and Oxy and NetNut and all of these famous ones, as well as more low-key ones that we keep proprietary to ourselves, in one package for you. We are every product that's available on Hellworld in one dashboard tracked together, and we're so proud of that. I think it's the reason for our success. What we mean by cluster of residential servers is that we have integrated a way to keep our CPU usage very low. And those of you that run servers and even just run really CPU intensive bots on your home computer know how important CPU intensivity is to manage. And what this means is that just like the data tracking, every request is redirected to a different server. So instead of one really beefy server doing all of the tracking for us, it goes to multiple very beefy servers, and we peaked at about 11% usage during the last drop, which means we could push a lot more through. We're so proud of that too. The additional data centers that we've added, the coolest thing about this, the most important thing to note here, is that we own all of our data center tech. We went to Virginia, we installed all this stuff, we reach out to providers, we procure our IPs, they're non-subleased, we own it. We own it afterward. Others aren't doing this, man. We're really trying to go above and beyond in that way. With the DC, we can, diagnose problems really quickly. We can add new products really quickly. We have really granular control over our ranges. We're cooking, man. We're cooking. This is not, although it looks like it's a distributed denial of service attack. This is what a drop looks like. This is a graph of data passing through all of our products, residential, data center, everything. This first blip is Easy Supply. This second blip is Footsites, which really shows the difference in how much more data a Footsite request takes. And then this third blip is Shopify and as restocks start rolling in. So the aftermaths of Shopify and restocks, people running restocks. What this graph is really showing you is why a lot of providers flop at drop time. This is an incredible amount of bandwidth usage. It is very difficult to manage and maintain, and to think that we've built our own, custom operating system level software to handle this should show you that we have some serious heat on our dev team. Like, these guys know how to handle this stuff. The average distributed denial of service attack in 2019 was about 12 gigabits a second. And as you can see on the next slide, we're accepting 8.5 terabytes over the course of 5 hours, which equates to approximately 8 gigabits a second. So we're essentially, during a drop, perpetually dealing with a DDoS attack. And we can't have those requests being dropped, and they have not been being dropped. All of the issues that we have, if there are any issues with a residential product during a drop time, it is from a parent provider. We are no longer the bottleneck. These two slides, we are no longer the bottleneck. We're doing everything that we possibly can. We spent a lot of money and time to make this happen, and we're super excited about it. It's that simple. So what is the plan? The plan is expand. That's what we're going to do. It's what people want. It's what we want, and we're ready for it. We went to VA, and we installed these servers. It's helped the resi. We're going to do it again, and we believe that if we do it again, which we're going to do it again, that we can handle about 3 times as much traffic as we're currently doing at drop time, which means more uptime for you, and also that we're going to be in stock. We have more DCs on the way. We have more Footcenters on the way, thousands more. And this is a good time to introduce a new product to you. We're calling it Guillotines. The easiest way that I could describe it would be ISP Footcenters. So it's going to be it's going to be IPs that we would have allocated toward Footcenters, but we're going to point them toward an ISP. They're going to be broadcast from there. It's going to give them more resiliency. It's going to make them look a little bit more legitimate to any site you're trying to target. We foresee them as the best data center proxy that we offer. When it comes to residential, a question is presenting itself. If the issue is with parent providers, how do we onboard more users? And the answer is simple. The answer is you find new residential pools that no one's using, and we've done that. So we're adding new untapped residential pools to our plans. They're going to be integrated directly into the plans that you're already using, and that's that. That's the plan with resi expansion. We're going to allow more users to cop. Some simple quality of life improvements that will be done soon. Excuse me. New storefront and website. We're going to do a little bit of a rebranding, modernize a little bit. You know, we like the simple design elements, but we know that people like more graphical stuff, so we're going to make it happen. You can see a little mock-up of what we're thinking on the right here. DC dashboard, which has been by far the most commonly suggested quality of life improvement, is happening. This is going to be DC renewal, it's going to be DC purchase, it's going to be DC extension. Everything will be done via a dashboard. Included in that is going to be in-dash resi top-up. So even if a storefront is offline, if you have an active account, then you can top up that active account directly from the dashboard mid-drop. We're going to do more in-depth run guides. We're never going to be a cook group. We're not a cook group, but I want to teach you guys how to use the product to its fullest potential. And included in that will be video guides and support. I really, really like how the Twitch streams have been going. I'm gonna keep doing them. I like answering questions in that manner. And I'm also going to do video guides. I'll make a video of how to auth an IPv4 address, things like that. We'll be installing a new ticket system. It's already integrated into Notify. It's going to be to mostly deal with the simple questions that can be answered by reading a frequently asked questions guide. And then we'll also bring back Notify Proxy Tester so that we can kind of standardize where we're testing our products from. And that's all going to be done by October 1st. A lot of it will be done before then, but it's all going to be done by October 1st. We told you September was going to be big. There's no reason to think October is not going to be bigger. The success, man, through the roof. Thousands of checkouts are incoming. I just know it. I want to end by just saying thank you. We're entering our 3rd year as a company, and we've earned a lot of people's trust in this community, and we want to earn more of them. You don't need another residential provider anymore. You don't. You haven't for a long time, but you really don't now. We're all you need when it comes to residential. Our data center is getting there. It's going to be there really soon. If you already have them, you don't need another DC provider, but we want to get them in more people's hands. So that's on the way. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for fostering what is, in my opinion, the healthiest proxy community in the game. And for those of you that have been using us for a long time, we hope you continue to do so. And for those of us that are just joining the party, it's going to be one goddamn hell of a show. So I love you guys. Take care, okay? Bye-bye.